All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of High School Football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall joining you live here on the pregame show brought to you by Rogers Flowers. You are tuned in right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Let's take a quick moment to thank all of our sponsors because, folks, without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. We're here in Mohawk for the matchup between Mohawk and Carey. Once again, thank you to Rogers Flowers, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Escadet Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinman Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen, Century 21 Bolte and Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune. All right, once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in Sycamore, Ohio, at Mohawk Warrior Field. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. We got Greg Kinn manning the cameras, and actually he's manning the production side of things. Bailey Mullins is on the cameras. We are without Eric Hall. We send our thoughts with Eric tonight as he deals with a catastrophe that he's got on his hands. But once again, thanks for tuning in here on the Rogers Flowers pregame show. Once again, Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. Tommy, what a beautiful venue. What a beautiful new press box here at Mohawk Warrior Field. And what a beautiful night for football.
Absolutely, and what better place to call a game in this N10 matchup, backyard rivals in Sycamore, Ohio, where football can be checked as a religious affiliation. Nate, I'm so excited to be here. Jam-packed crowd here at Warrior Field. Makes you wonder who's guarding the water tower over in Sycamore.
And Carey, for that matter, because, the Blue Devils side is packed to the gill. Standing room only over there on the Blue Devils side. Once again, we're here in Sycamore for tonight's matchup between Mohawk and Carey. And, Tommy, you've got the ins and outs of this one. I'm going to let you take it away. I mean, let's hear what's really going on with this matchup here tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Nate, as these two squads both undefeated in N10 play, as we know, a murderer's row of opponents throughout this schedule, as Carey coming in off of a huge win over a division rival, Colonel Crawford, last week 7-3, and a hard-fought, gritty win that isn't the traditional Carey MO, as we talked about, 7-3 in that win. But this Carey squad normally scoring over 40 points per game just in this season, beating opponents by a combined score of at least 12 through the last 20 games, and riding a 21-game undefeated streak, and add that state championship in there. But Carey, they come in prepared tonight, looking to play spoiler on the road against the Warriors, who are hosting their homecoming night, and I don't envy the Warriors hosting the defending and reigning state champion Blue Devils.
Yeah, and riding a 21-game winning streak coming into today, the Blue Devils, I mean, they have their sights set on another state championship. And, Tommy, they are locked and loaded. They're rolling, and they are, I'm telling you, this is one of those teams in the area where we've been watching them since the beginning of this season, and watching them from afar, I'm so excited to finally get a chance to see them in person this year.
Well, you talk about that 21-game ride that the Blue Devils have been on. The last loss coming in week 1 of the 2021 campaign when we were on the call over there in Hopewell, Loudon for that one. And since then, the Blue Devils have just been on a tear. As we talked about, tremendous defense as this Carey Blue Devil, that's their bread and butter. As this season alone, Carey allowed 21 points in week 2 to Galleon, but just a combined 24 points in those other 5 games. So it's hard to think that Carey isn't the heavy favorite, just not only in the N10, but the entire region.
Yeah, and that's one of those, I mean, you look at it on paper, and they look to be the favorite in the area. But I'll tell you what, Tommy, not everything's written in paper. You know, legends are written in stone. And tonight, Mohawk has a chance, riding a 3-game winning streak, to really cement their status as a legendary team in Mohawk history.
Yeah, a lot of people were writing the Warriors off to begin this season after starting off 0-3. They went from averaging 10.3 points per game in the 3 straight losses to start the season to putting up 27.3 points a contest in their last 3 wins. And when you got a coach like Eric Daniel, it's hard to bet against him, as that guy will make you want to run through a wall for him.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy.
So the Warriors are going to have their battle cry here tonight. They got as you always talk about, a chip in the seat. They playing with house money against this huge N10 rival, but you're hosting this one. Yeah, it's homecoming night. Everything falls in your favor if you're the Warriors and looking to end this 21 win streak of the Blue Devils.
So Mohawk will kick off. Carey is set to receive. Back deep to return. Number 6, Jordan Matimo. And number 16, Austin Niederkor.
Matimo and Niederkor. Kicking off for the Warriors.
Leading the way for Mohawk, sophomore quarterback Ben Bogner. He started out a little rough, but I'm going to tell you what, Tommy, he has really found a nice little groove these last 3 games.
He needs to find a
opening kickoff off the leg of a Blue Devil, and the Warriors will jump on it and recover the opening kick. Wow, what a way to start the ball game, Tommy.
Well, with a team that averages over 40 points a game this 2022 campaign, best defense against that is keep that offense off the field. As you see here,
again, off the leg of a Carey Blue Devil.
Return.
And I believe number 22, Braxton Frisch, on the recovery for the Warriors. Familiar name there. That kid's a baller. 1st and 10, Warriors take over at the Blue Devil, 48-yard line. Show blitz. And Bogner's going to keep it himself up the middle for a short gain, maybe a yard, but I don't know. He might have been right back to the line. They do give him a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
In on the stop is Gibson.
I'll tell you, Tommy, that Carey defensive front, they're always stout. Landon Kemmerly leading the way, senior. Middle linebacker.
And talk about gutting
Back
it
to
out.
pass. Bogner trying to set up a little wide receiver screen. He got some blockers out in front, and they got a little bit of yardage there. Found a little soft spot in the zone. Picked up about 6 yards up to the 41-yard line. It'll set him up with a 3rd and 3. Much more manageable situation here. And a nice little play under pressure there by Ben Bogner.
Carey likes to bring 5 down.
He's down there with Melissa. They are selling seat blankets.
And what they try to do is they try to spread you out, but also they can close those gaps better than any team in the state, in my opinion, as the defending Division 6 champions starting to reel here on their heels in the opening stanza of this one from Sycamore.
3rd and 3. Blue Devils bring pressure off the edge. Bogner steps up into the pocket, guns it long for Zayden Fry, and it's incomplete, but we got a flag. I think we're going to get an ineligible man downfield on the Warriors.
And that was a nice job by the Warrior.
Ineligible
Yeah.
receiver downfield.
I believe that was number 59, the guilty party there for Mohawk, or 57.
The
Stillberger.
Blue Devils were a pin in the ears back coming after it. And it was nice of the quarterback just able to come back up into the pocket, try to make a throw for Fry, but all for naught. That ineligible man downfield will actually bring the Warriors back. Ball on the 41.
So a 4th down coming up here for Mohawk. They bring the punt unit onto the field. Unable to take advantage of that onside kick recovery. And they get the punt away. Pressure on the punt, but it's fielded at the 2-yard line. And it will be brought back to about the 18-yard line. Flag flies in from the side judge. Sideline warning is going to be issued against Mohawk.
We have sound.
Sideline warning against the Warriors. First down, Carey.
We should have sound. I don't know what's going on.
Turn TV.
Niedercore with the carry.
They're all up.
Margraf with the
I don't know. Hopefully we got some sound. 2nd down. Blue Devils move it up to the 21-yard line on first. Okay, well, we got sound. Handoff up the middle, into the open field. The Blue Devils, Nathan Brodman on the carry, and he is all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Dragging some Warriors with him as the big man trails down the sideline.
Wow.
Look at this.
That's a big man
One
run
more
right
time.
there.
Just finds an open lane. Starts running with the sideline. Not going to win that foot race, but he'll drag those defenders with him anyway.
That's right. The X stream is without audio at the moment. A handoff up the middle, and he plunges his way in. Eli Steen.
Touchdown by Carey.
He's in for the score from 2 yards out.
And almost at will. Look at this.
Actually, 6 yards out, sorry.
Steen.
Now, look at that power line. Look at that. Just clearing the way. You talk about push up front. Whew. That's physicality right there, Tommy. Wow. So, Blue Devils, opening kickoff. Warriors recover it, unable to take advantage. And then Carey turns around. And 4 plays later, punch it in for 6. Actually, it was 3 plays.
Just continuing.
Wow.
They're not missing a beat, as you see there. The streak, 21-0 since the state championship campaign. Beat Coldwater for Division 6 state title in 21. Has not lost since week 1 of the 2021 season. And then, as we talked about in the pregame, beat Colonel Crawford 7-3 last week. And the road doesn't get any easier for the Blue Devils as we talk about those measuring sticks of this N10 conference. Week 10, having that game against Seneca East. Mohawk Warriors, we don't envy their continued schedule as well, as they still got Seneca East and they still got Seneca East and Colonel Crawford.
Yeah.
On that last stretch. Can you believe it? Week 7 already.
Football season always goes super fast, and once again, here we are in week 7 and just went by in a blink of an eye.
Blue Devils, number 13. Lance Rickle.
Well, we started this one off with that kick that went on sides by the Warriors. The Warriors were gifted the opportunity with the ball at midfield to start this game, unable to get any points out of that. Then were forced to punt and carry in quick and almost record time, able to find Pater and get this one up 7-0 here from Warrior Field. 9:27 remaining in the first stanza of action You're right here on the Adrenaline Stream, Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to share, like us, and also subscribe to our YouTube page. Warriors going to send the back in motion. Just slings it out to Zayden Fry.
That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that play.
Doomed from the start.
Yep.
Lane Montgomery with the tackle.
They're going to lose a yard back to the 34-yard line. 7-0 Carey. 9:06 left to play here in the first quarter. Second down and 11 coming up here for the Warriors. Bogner back to pass, slings it over the middle.
Out to Fry.
And Fry on the reception. He gets it up to about the 39-yard line, so good for 5-yard gain. And he'll set him up with a 3rd down and 6.
For the Warriors.
So on first down, Warriors getting nothing, actually losing yards. Then on second, able to make some of that up. But now face a 3rd and 6, a manageable down and distance situation. But again, your playbook's limited against this aggressive Carey D as they're going to bring the blitz.
They sling it out, and it's complete to his receiver, but he's going to be short of the first down.
Well, that's what that blitz is designed to do, Nate. Yeah, force the issue to get the ball out faster, and then you give the ball an open space if they're able to make the reception, and then they're going to have to do something with it.
Now, Tommy, we talked about this in the Keys to the Game, brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. These Warriors cannot allow this game to get out of hand early. They have got to find a way to get on the scoreboard here, and that's why you see the offense on the field. 4th and 2. Ben Bogner in the shotgun formation.
Probably just trying to draw the defense off sides here, but this Carey, yeah.
And he got back. He was not in.
More than
I'm not sure how
football.
That wasn't. Yeah, because he was in the neutral zone. I'm not sure how that wasn't an offsides. But Eric Daniels going to have to waste a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 7:24 left to play here in the first quarter. Thanks for tuning in here on the Adrenaline Stream. Of course, you can find the Calvert. Oh, Tommy, we got to talk about this.
Yeah, we talk about this Jekyll and Hyde season almost for the Warriors on a 3-game win streak, but weeks 1 through 3 losses to Calvert, Hopewell, Loudon, Gibsonburg, then really able to turn the corner there against Buckeye Central, Winford, and Upper Sandusky. Huge wins for the Warriors as they look to continue on here, facing a huge litmus test against the Blue Devils, and it doesn't get any easy for the Warriors in these final games. Seneca East, Colonel Crawford still in the shadows. But you got to take care of business here tonight from Warrior Field.
Got a big 4th down coming up here for Mohawk, and they're going to bring the punt unit onto the field now. They changed their mind after being unsuccessful in their attempt to draw them off sides. This punt's going to go out of bounds.
Jordan Mattermore almost gets a piece of it.
We'll see where they spot it out of bounds. Looks like they'll have it right around the 43-yard line is where they'll mark it out.
Carry ball, 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Once again, thanks for tuning in here on the Adrenaline Stream. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. Greg Kinn manning the production side of things, making my job a little easier. And of course, Bailey Mullins, my son, manning the cameras today. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you share the video and give us a few comments. Let us know how we're doing. The quarterback run up the middle as Lance Rickle
With the carry.
carries it up for about 7 yards. Right to the midfield stripe.
Johnson with the tackle.
And Rickles put himself together a pretty nice season both on the ground and through the air, Nate.
Yeah.
He might not be leading the categories in the N10, but, man, that's a tough conference. But he's definitely in the top 3 or 4 for each.
Shotgun set. Rickle fakes the handoff, going to keep it himself off the left side. Defense sniffs it out, and they were all over that one as Nicholas Golick comes up to make the play, forcing him out of bounds. They do pick up about a yard, so it'll set him up with a 3rd and 2. They move the ball inside Warrior territory now to the 49-yard line. Of course, we haven't really got a chance to check on the Phillips Electric weather report. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But just let me tell you, it is beautiful over here. Gorgeous sunset. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the right side. Rickle keeps it himself, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Big time stop right there by number 30. Guess who? Jace Margroff, your homecoming king, coming up with a big time stop on 3rd down.
Well, he just crowned him there as huge stop by the Warriors. May force Carey to punt. But, I mean, when you got the ball over the nose of the 50, I would just keep the offense out there.
That's a false start. Jumps. Matt Alamong going to be called for the infraction as he was a little excited to get him some Warrior. He was excited, man. He wanted to get out there and start road grading.
And you got to play like you've been there. Even though they're the defending state champions, you know, they lost a lot to graduation. And I can't imagine the pressure and the expectations that squad that inherited this Carey Blue Devil squad have to live up to.
Punt unit onto the field. They get the punt away as Rickle.
That's a nice punt.
Skies that one. It hits down at the 20-yard line, and it will take a Mohawk roll to the 22. That's where the Warriors will take over. This will be their 3rd offensive possession of the game. First time they had it, they went 3 and out after a impressive onside kick to start the game. Tommy, I'm not even sure if that was an attempted onside kick. I think they were just trying to get it short and kick it in the area and see if maybe there was a chance they could recover it. But, man, he just drilled that right off the leg of the guy. They recover it, but unable to get anything from it. So let's see what the offense can do here.
Yeah, Carey has a notorious return team. It doesn't surprise me to try to pooch it.
Bogner in the shotgun. Handoff. Margroff up the middle.
Look at this.
Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's down to the 35-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down. 12-yard gain there. Jace Margroff showing off some moves there.
And when you draw these plays up and you kind of move guys into motion, put them in different positions, it can throw a defense off to where when you run these counters and these traps, you can get more than a hat on a hat and come up with some great blocking schemes against a tremendous front like Carey.
1st and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line. Actually, they'll mark it at the 36. Bogner back to pass. Slings it over the middle. He's got it complete. And Fry into the open to the 40, 35, breaks a tackle, 30, 25, inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Zayden Fry.
And what a play by Landon Kemmerly in the backfield or in the secondary, he knows he wasn't going to win that race, so he got a great angle on him, able to take down Fry right at the pins. But the Mohawk Warriors, they're moving here, looking to drive and answer back after the Blue Devils on their opening drive, able to just score in 2 plays.
Shotgun set here for Bogner. He's got Margroff back on his right hip. 2 receivers off to the left, 1 on the right side of the formation. They've got an H-back on the left side. Handoff. No, they faked the handoff, and Bogner's going to keep it himself, and he is hit and dropped in the backfield by a gang of Carey Blue Devils.
Quarterback.
Led by Nathan Broadman, who leads. I believe he's either the leader or second. I had the stats in front of me just a second ago.
Getting in on that as well.
Second in the N10 in tackles for loss with 16.5 on the season.
And that's just a menacing stat.
2nd down and 12. Warriors have it at the 23. Shotgun formation. Bogner in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Looking. He's going to step up. He's going to run with it. He's got some blockers, and he's got some running room. Up near the 15-yard line, they'll mark him down at the 16. But that should be good enough for about 5, maybe 6 yards, and sets him up with a manageable 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, after you're facing 2nd and 12, makes that 3rd and 5 much, much more manageable.
They need to get the ball past the 12-yard line to convert this first down.
You saw the Warriors find a little bit of success early on, finding those soft spots in the zone. Might not be a bad idea to exploit that a little bit more here.
Shotgun set, third down. Bogner back to pass, slings it over the middle. He's got Fry. It's a completion, and that's a first down inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Zayden Fry on the reception. But I'll tell you, Tommy, Ben Bogner standing in there and just slinging it right now.
I hate to say I told you so, but
Shoo!
a tremendous job. Fry and Bogner, they've just formed this chemistry this season. They got more chemistry than periodic table.
First down and goal. Ball at the 7-yard line. Fry,
Look at
bit of a wildcat look.
Oh, the
Ball
ball
comes
might
out
come
at the
out.
end of the play. I think the Blue Devils have it recovered. And they do. Turnover, Blue Devil football. Zayden Fry turns the ball over inside the 5-yard line. Let's take a look at that one. Here's your
Carey.
instant replay. Fry fighting for those extra yards, and the ball comes out at the end of the play right before he goes to the ground.
And that's why they teach you pursuit, pursuit, pursuit. As you saw a gang of Blue Devils able to get in on that, punch the ball out seemingly as, the Warriors seemingly knocking as the Blue Devils take over here, leading 7-0.
Ball at the 3-yard line. Power set. Here's that Maryland eye we're used to seeing out of this Carey offense. There's Broadman on the carry, and he's got it up near the 5-yard line. Maybe the 4 is where they'll mark him down. So just a yard on the first carry. I believe that was Broadman.
Warriors defense have been able to stand in there and stand tall, really testing their mettle here tonight. And as you got the Blue Devils back in the shadow of their own goalposts, this is definitely a time where you can make a statement series here defensively if you're able to get a stop here and give your offense a chance to get back out there and finish that drive that stalled.
Big
Once
surge
again.
by that
Oh, I think
defensive
the ball
line.
might come
Ball
out
comes
again.
out. Oh, man, that's a bummer for that defense because they had him held up. They called the play dead, and as soon as that whistle blew, he ripped the ball out of his hand.
With the carry.
But forward progress was stopped, so that's the call by the referee. Down is the call. 3rd and 8 coming up. And this Carey offense running into a little bit of an issue here, trying to get some forward progress against this Mohawk defense. Tough sledding here as these Warriors playing a physical brand of football here tonight. 7-0 Carey. 1:05 left to play here in the first quarter. Handoff. And we got a broken tackle and a big run there by Connor Nordin as he's got it down to the 20-yard line on 3rd and 8.
Able to move the chains.
Carry with a first down.
Nordin on the carry, and that is a huge first down for the Blue Devils. What a lead block there by Landon Kemmerly, though. Shotgun set. Rickle. A quick sling it out to the right. They're going to say incomplete. Oh, wow. I don't know about that one, folks. He had it, made 3 steps, and then was hit. He was drilled. I just don't know about that call.
I don't know.
Let's take a look at it.
Braden Chester here.
Maybe my eyes deceived me in real time, but we'll see.
Yeah, on that.
Nah, I don't know. That was actually, I don't know. That was a bang-bang play. Now that I got a second look at it, I think that was actually the right call. So he didn't have a chance to actually make a football move before he was hit, and that's when the ball came out. So 2nd down and 10. Oh, that's a false start. That's going to be called against the Blue Devils as number 6, Jordan Madamo, trying to get a little bit of a head start, but that's a false start.
So after moving the chains, after facing that huge 3rd and 8, the Blue Devils now had a play blown up in the backfield. And now in that ensuing play, going back the wrong way after a penalty, and these self-inflicted wounds starting to show themselves for the Blue Devils. You can't allow these type of things to stall your drives.
Shotgun set,
miscues.
2nd and 15. Handoff. Lead blocker got a nice block there as big number 59 leading the way. Jonah Peters cleared the way for Norden as he's able to pick up about 6, maybe 7. You actually give him 10 on the carry. What an impressive pickup there. I just like that lead block, Tommy. You get him out in front and he just clears some space. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Your score, Carey 7, Mohawk nothing. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. You're locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, and we're back here at Warrior Field, getting ready to start the second quarter of action. Folks, let me tell you about my friends over at Excadet Mexican Restaurant. They are a staple in the Tiffin community. Stop out and check out their new look menu with some delicious new items you just got to try for yourself. Gather your friends, go get some queso. You deserve it. Treat yourself to the best at Excadet Mexican Restaurant, located in the Tiffin Mall. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Power I formation.
Defense
Norden
had a read on
off
it.
the left, and that defense reads it and comes up to make the play at the 27-yard line. That was a big-time stop there by the defense to force a 4th down. And now it's decision time. I don't know if there's much of a decision to be made here. You just got to punt the ball. You got the lead. 4th and 3.
Well, I mean, this Blue Devils offense started this drive from like the half-yard line.
Yeah.
Able to move the ball, convert the chains one time, but after that, a false start, moved them back, and then tremendous play by this Warrior defense forces Carey into a punt here.
The punt is away. Fielded.
Oh, and he's just
right around the 40-yard line. The ball comes out at the end, but Warriors able to jump on top of it.
Matta, mo money, mo problems.
Whew.
As he just cashes in on that punt.
It was Nicholas Golig on the attempted return there. Unable to come up with it cleanly.
There we go. It's Warrior ball.
The ball will be placed at the 39-yard line, and that's where Mohawk will take over. 11-14 left to play here in the first half. 7-0 Carey. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Bogner back to pass, rolls to his left, rolling, slings it out. He's got it. It's complete. Nice reception there by Bryce Hannum as he's got to pass the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Actually, yeah, there we go, 46-yard line.
2nd down.
And Niedercore makes a nice stop in open space, but I mean, you got to do something about those little soft spots. You play aggressively up front. You try to get penetration. You try to get pressure. But that doesn't always cut it. If you're making that read and it's taking too long to develop, you got to get those.
Bogner back to pass, 2nd down and 3. Looking down the middle of the field. He's got a man. That's Fry down the middle of the field. They were tangled up with each other, but they're going to let him play today, folks.
Incomplete.
I think it was hand fighting between both the receiver and the defender there, and that's why they let that one go.
And that was the difference there on that coverage. We just talked about the linebackers instead of running to the ball, they decided to drop back into coverage. Warriors try for it downfield. Nonetheless, great play on the ball. Brings up 3rd and 4. Bogner in the gun. He rolls out to his right. Finding
Bogner
Fry.
slings it. He's got it. It's complete. Fry has the first down.
Bogner to Fry, complete for a first down, Warriors.
And they'll mark it at the 48-yard line.
And I tell you what,
No, they'll say 48.
this is definitely a drive for the Mohawk Warriors to really reestablish the tempo of this game and start establishing their rhythm. As you get a score here, it's back 0-0 once again. Clock continues to roll in this first half, 10 minutes, and you're hanging up with the top team in the region.
Shotgun set. 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Bogner in the shotgun formation takes the snap, rolls to his left. Now he's going to delay handoff to Margroff. But, man, I'll tell you what. Landon Kemmerly comes up to make the play after a short gain. And Tommy, he is all over the field.
Yeah, his fingerprints are all over this one in the early onset. As we talked about, 9:35 remaining here in the first half of action from Warrior Field. You're watching this right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, N10 action. Carey Blue Devils against the Mohawk Warriors. Both teams riding a winning streak. The Warriors 3 game, the Blue Devils 21 games.
3 receivers on the near side. Shotgun set. Bogner on 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Pressure, and he had to get rid of it, and he does. Able to get rid of it just out on the right side. And that's an incomplete pass. Luckily.
Well, the only thing that pressure creates better than diamonds is turnovers, and Carey dialing up the pressure there. Could have forced a bad throw, but the Warriors unable to come up with it. Brings up 3rd and 8 now.
9:07 left to play here in the first half. Shotgun set. A little bit of a power look here. Oh, and he's Bogner hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Kemmerly in there first. And then I think that was 26. Gage Summit in to clean him up.
In on the sack, number 26, Gage Summit. 4th down for the Warriors.
It's a long 4th down coming up here for Mohawk. They move the ball back to the 44-yard line inside their own territory. So after a promising start to the drive, it stalls out, and they're going to have to bring the punt unit out onto the field.
Table with Melissa and Kyle.
The Warriors get the punt away. It's a low line drive punt. It'll roll inside the 25. Right about the 25 is where it will be downed.
And the way this Carey Blue Devil defense is designed, that's what keeps them so competitive and so just forthright in the way they control a game. As the Warriors been chasing this 7-point lead for the better part of this first half, and just unable to come away with any points after some promising drives. But now it's on this Carey Blue Devil offense to really get things cooking and get things moving. As you get this offense rolling, you start getting the Warriors in a hole deep. It can definitely start affecting you here to start the second half.
Timeout on the field by Mohawk.
And Mohawk going to call a timeout here,
Lots of good
as this is a very important defensive series.
Wonderful people.
As
Thank you, Kelly.
Mohawk unable to get anything going on that last drive, coming away with 0 points, still chasing that 7-0 lead. We want to take a moment here to thank our sponsors, bringing you high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Rogers Flowers, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Scarrat Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinmetz Sign and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolt and Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Busa, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Office, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune, all proud sponsors bringing you high school football here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As Carey quick to get up to the line. Quick handoff.
Power run there from Broadman.
Butch with the carry. Brian Spoon with the tackle.
Brian Spoon. Good kid. Sophomore, defensive lineman. Crazy. Sophomore.
Amazing.
Coach
just
him, he
how
was a sixth grader.
the Sea of Blue is just able to move.
Pass out to the right side. It's complete. Once again, Broadman on the reception. And he bounces off a couple of Warriors and gets it inside Mohawk territory, down to the 48-yard line.
The perfect touch on that one.
With the stop, Fry and Hannah.
Speaking of the perfect touch, can't wait to go and see our friends over there at Champ's Barber Shop.
Oh, man.
Get Randy Ware to give me the lineup, the trim.
Yeah, Greggy looking good.
First and 10 for the Blue Devils.
As we'll have our Champs cut tomorrow featured on the Saturday scoreboard. We'll have the fallout from week 7.
Yeah, tune in. We'll have Matt and I from the Advertiser Tribune on with us, as he'll have the fallout from the Tiffin Columbian and Clyde game.
Steen with the carry.
And if you want to keep up on all the scores in the area, feel free to visit our website, heartofohiosports.com. Watch our live streams as they play in real time. And then right up there at the top of the website, you'll find the score stream giving you all of the local scores from around the area. As you see right now, Calvert leading Bern Union 12-0, a 5-1 Bern Union squad. Live from Frost County Stadium over on the X stream.
One thing I noticed about that 5-1 team, their 5 wins, all against teams with losing records at this point. And they sling it down the middle of the field. It's caught at the 10 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Jordan Matimo with a beautiful pass from Lance Rickle. Let's take a look at that one again. Rickle back, looking, slings it down. And what a beautiful throw as he beats the coverage. And they beat the Warriors for 6. 6:23 left to play here in the second quarter.
Man, that was the best. That was the best roast by a Rickle since Don.
And the extra point attempt is up. It is good. And that makes your score 14-0. Carey leading Mohawk. 6:23 left to play here in the first half. But Tommy, it's just been a little bit of a frustrating start here for these Warriors because it seems like, you know, they had a little bit of momentum going at one point, but they just kind of stalled out and fizzled out. You got to give a lot of credit to that Carey defense right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
I don't know if frustrated is the word for it, as Mohawk's been gifted opportunities after opportunities against Carey, who uncharacteristically never really shows their hand or gives you those open shots, and Mohawk unable to walk away with points here in the early going as they were chasing that 7-point lead for the majority of the first half. Now here is 6:23 remaining in the second quarter. Blue Devils up 14-0.
Noel, Molly, Billy, Justina, Lydia, Della, Skyla, Roxy, Cassie.
And in 48 minutes, I mean, all those possessions, they become fewer and fewer. So you got to make the most out of those opportunities. And Mohawk on this drive, 6:23 remaining in the first half, you got to get this thing back within a score.
Yeah, you really do. You have to. Kickoff fielded at the 25. Bobbled it, but gets it back. Makes a cut, and he's down right around the 38-yard line.
I tell you, Ethan
Gatchel on the
Bratz
return.
with that tackle kind of make you regret bobbling it in. Cleans him up.
Let me tell you about our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore. They're uniquely rooted in our communities, proudly serving their customers since 1919. They have locations right here in Sycamore or in Tiffin, Newrigal, and McCutcheonsville. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Folks, if you're going out and looking for a car, stop and see the folks at First National Bank of Sycamore first. Get yourself pre-approved before you go shopping. Shotgun set. Bogner is hit and dropped as soon as he gets to the line.
Now,
Big number 38, Owen Steinmetz on the stop for the Blue Devils.
not the way you want to start that drive. Just running into a wall.
Steinmetz. That might not be the right number for him. Maybe I got the wrong kid because he is huge. He looks a lot bigger than what he's listed on the roster.
Between third and fourth quarter, kick worth $500.
Of course, those stripes make anybody look tall. The vertical stripes, make you look tall, Tommy.
Oh, I'm well aware of vertical stripes.
And that pass batted at the line from Bogner as he had Fry right around the first down marker, but that one's going to be an incomplete pass. And a third down coming up here for the Warriors.
And this has just been a disastrous drive for the Warriors, facing 3rd and 11 now, all of a sudden. That's what we talk about with this Carey defense. I don't know if they're quick, they're sudden.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe this defense. Sun setting on a gorgeous night here at Warrior Field in Sycamore, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kent manning the production side of things. And Bailey Mullins on the camera tonight. 3rd and 11. Bogner back to pass. Rolling to his left. Steps up into the pocket. Now he's looking down the field. He's got a man downfield.
4-4 gave you the zone, and that's early.
And that should have been contact early. I'll tell you, Tommy, he wasn't even looking for the ball. Wow. I don't know about that, man. They're just letting them play out there. I hope it's, if it's both ways, that's fine,
Well, you
That's
found
just
the
the way
soft
they're
spot
trying
of
to
that
set the
zone
tone.
once again, man-to-man.
Mohawk.
Gotta
Oh,
step
yeah,
on 'em.
absolutely. At what point do you call that? I mean, call it like I see it. I would call it if it was the other way too, folks. It's not a matter of who it's called against, just whether it's called or not. Because, you just want it to be a fair.
Yeah.
Oh, blocked. Broadman with the block. He picks it up and he rumbles his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
And if you don't get that call,
Wow.
you don't get that turnover, you don't get that score.
Let's look at that one again. Broadman gets his hand on it
Absolutely. Look at this return.
and brings it back for the touchdown. What a play by Nathan Broadman. Wow. Well, I tell you what, that kid is fun to watch. He's been all over the field today, Tommy.
You know how quickly the Warriors now in a 20-0 hole with 5:20 remaining here in the first half.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good.
Good.
So again, scoring drive by the Blue Devils brings this one up 14-0.
Folks in the west end of our
Then a
NFL
quick 3-and-out by the
Game.
Mohawk
We
Warriors.
are under the
Which
careful
I thought in that
watch of
turnover
wonderful,
there.
wonderful people. That's the Sycamore
Quickly brings
Volunteer
it back,
Fire Department.
21-0.
Folks, we appreciate you so much for being here. How about a big hand for that Sycamore Volunteer Fire Department?
Let's take a look at some scores from around the area. We'll take a look at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. Of course, right now here in Sycamore, Carey leading Mohawk 21-0. Perkins leading Bellevue in the second quarter, 7-6. Sandusky over Norwalk in the first, 21-0. Clyde leading Columbia by a score of 7-6 in the second quarter. Carey, of course, right here leading Mohawk 21-0. St. John's, Jesuit, and Fremont Ross tied at 7 in the first quarter. Gibsonburg all over Monroeville, 38-0. Calvert leading Bern Union 12-0. That is in the first quarter according to ScoreStream. Of course, you can find that game over in the Xstream. Still trying to figure out the audio side of things. I don't know what's going on over there. I apologize for any technical difficulties we're dealing with right now, especially to the crew over there dealing with that. But we're trying to get it fixed. We're hoping we get it settled before the start of the second half. So once again, Calvert leading Bern Union 12-0. Kickoff return. Gatchell brings it up to the 30-yard line, and that's about it for Ethan Gatchell. And the Warriors will start their next drive right at the 30-yard line.
Well, the Carey Blue Devil offense finally starts getting rolling. Then the Blue Devils defense said they wanted in on the fun, able to get a touchdown themselves to create this 21-0 margin that you're seeing here in the second quarter with 5:09 remaining. And the Warriors, just things not going their way, but unable to capitalize off the good fortune they've had in this one. And that's why you find yourself down 21-0.
Bogner in the shotgun, slings it over the middle. He's got it to Fry, and that's complete up past the first down marker, up to the 42-yard line.
And you got to have more than Fry, though, as your go-tos. You got some nice spots in the zone coverage to attack. It's there all day. But, yeah, I mean, those Carey defenders are so quick to the ball that it makes you hesitant to throw the ball, especially when you got these the front coming at your heels as well.
First down, ball at the 42. Bogner slings it left side, completes it. That's Gatchel on the reception. He's got it up to midfield.
Complete to Gatchel. Niedercore with the tackle.
Niedercore like a hawk.
Yeah, he's been there a lot tonight. Made a few tackles already. Made a big play in the passing game to break up a pass. Now 2nd down and 2. Ball at midfield. Shotgun set. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near side. Bogner back there with Jace Margroff. Low snap, handoff Margroff, and he's tripped up in the backfield and stopped for it. They'll say he got back to the line, so no gain on the play.
With the stop.
Gage Summit and Lane Montgomery on the tackle.
What's interesting to note is in this offensive line's pass set, they've been giving Bogner's time to get the ball out. But when they try this run game, I mean, they're getting pushed the wrong way to where Carey's just able to fill them gaps and make huge plays right off the ball.
3rd down and 2. Shotgun set here for the Warriors. Bogner back to pass. Looking. They set up a screen, but, man, I tell you what, they were all over it. Lane Barger.
Barger with the tackle.
He said, you ain't slipping that one by me. 4th and 5 coming up now.
Down for Mohawk.
The ball marked at the 47-yard line.
It was a tremendous read by the Blue Devils. Staying home, sniffing that one out.
Now we got a timeout.
Mohawk.
As the Warriors want to talk things over, they saw something they did not like. 4th and 5 coming up now, and we'll keep it right here. Folks, let me tell you about our friends over at Reno's Pizza and Pasta. You know they're home to some of the best pizza in the area, but have you tried the Variety Pie? It's perfect for those families that just can't make up their mind about what pizza to get. You can get up to 4 different pizzas in one. Make sure one of those sections. Try that new MST loaded chicken chunk pizza. You won't regret it. Of course, Tommy, that Frankie's original, man, nothing beats that. I'm telling you.
And even though, again, you're still chasing a 3-score lead, 2:41 remaining. You would think that Mohawk would have been a little bit quicker playing some 2-minute offense. And I think that's one of the frustrations that the coaches were alluding to, as I think on that 4th and 5, they were just trying to get set and try to draw Carey off, but they were too slow to get set, forcing them to call a timeout and not take that delay of game, that dead ball penalty.
4th down and 5 coming up to keep the offense on the field here. Bogner in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. They are stacked.
Hard count.
Bogner drops back to pass. They bring pressure. Bogner slings it over the middle, and Fry comes up with the catch right at the 44-yard line. What a catch by Zayden Fry.
Oh, man, we got to bring that one up.
Definitely got to check that one out.
Fry.
That looked really close.
Makes a low catch here. Look at this.
I think he got it. Got his hands underneath of it. What a catch there by
absolutely.
Zayden Fry.
Fry taking the paddles out to this drive of the Mohawk Warriors after seemingly flatlining. Now facing 1st and 10 from the 44.
And a little bit of a wildcat look here as Zayden Fry, the ball carrier, carried up to about the 42-yard line.
With the tackle. 2nd down.
And a 3-time state pole vaulting champion vaults his way for about 2 yards there just ahead. Does that one look like it was blown up right at the line?
Use those strong legs to leap forward. Pick up an extra 2 yards there. 2nd and 8. 3 receivers on the near side of the formation. Bogner all by himself in the shotgun. Margroff on the wing. Bogner rolls to his left, now rolls to his right. Looking, slings it. He's got a man right about the first down marker. And it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Nicholas Golig. Great coverage on the play. Third down coming up here for the Warriors. 1:24 left here in the first half. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show, brought to you by our friends at TPC Food Service.
Third down, Warrior.
3rd and 8 comes so quick for these Warriors in each one of their drives. Trying to make something happen here. Another down and distance situation.
Bogner in the shotgun. 3rd and long.
Carey brings
Slings
the dogs.
it right at the first down marker, and it's going to be incomplete.
I think that one just popped out right at the end there.
Golig was the intended receiver once again, and that one falls to the turf.
For Mohawk.
4th and 8 coming up. 1:16 left here in the first half. The Warriors have used up quite a bit of time here on this drive, and they need to come up with some answers here. They got to come up with some points, Tommy. 4th and long, and the offense is going to stay on the field.
It wasn't a hateful play call on that 3rd and 8, but if you know this is 4-down territory, you can stretch that playbook out, draw something up to give you a little bit more manageable down and distance situation on 4th down.
Empty backfield. Bogner rolling to his left, slings it down the middle of the field. He's got it. Fry has it, and he's got the first down to the 31-yard line. Zayden Fry on the catch.
And as we talked about, this guy's a state champion, next-level athlete, continuously making plays.
1st and 10. Bogner slings it out right side. Fry on the reception. Trying to find some blockers as he buries his head forward and picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards.
Let's see if Mohawk inability to get set on the ball earlier and forcing them to burn that time out. See if that comes back to haunt them here.
45 seconds left. Bogner back to pass. Looking, rolls to his right. Looking, slings it down the field into the end zone. Incomplete. Braden Chester was the intended receiver, but he was already on his backside by the time the ball got there. I think he got tied up with a defender there. 34 seconds left, 3rd down and 5.
You can almost just launch those up there. You can play down there.
That's right.
So if I'm one of those receivers and I know I'm not getting those calls, I'm going to start pushing off myself a little bit.
They're letting him play here tonight. 3rd and 5. Bogner rolls to his left, slings it, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that one
he was looking for Braden Chester. Just didn't get a chance to set his feet, Tommy, as he was rolling to his left and trying to find Chester there about the 20-yard line. Just not a very good pass, but like I said, didn't get a chance to set his feet. So,
well, here's what the dynamic is. You got 30 seconds left. You're facing a huge 4th down. If you're able to get a score here, move the chains, or do something here to close out the half with a score, you get the ball back at the half.
That's right.
You're able to get a chance to get this back to a one-possession ball game if you're able to come out on your opening drive of the second half. But, I mean, that's a tall task. Not much time to do it in. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Bogner looking.
Just run and tuck it.
Takes off and runs with it, and he's going to run out of bounds. He's got the first down.
What tremendous recognition by Bogner to see the play collapse and able to find the edge there to move the chains.
Another 4th down conversion on this drive. Wow. What is this, 3 4th down conversions on this drive, Tommy?
And these kids, again, they play for Coach Eric Daniel.
They really do.
And each other here in Sycamore as they don't want to go away.
Offense up to the line. 2 receivers on each side. They are stacked. 1 man in the backfield with Ben Bogner. Bogner rolls to his left. Looking, slings it, and it is intercepted. Picked off at the 10-yard line by Austin Niederkor.
I was just about to say, as you start to approach the red zone, watch here. Against this Carey defense in the red zone.
What a play by Niederkor. Just jumps the route, cuts right in front of the receiver.
Having the ball in the short field against Carey might as well be another mile to go, as it's tough sledding, especially if they allow you to get in the red zone. Blue Devils hold up strong once again.
Power I formation, little quick pitch off to the left side.
Trying to make something.
And he's going to be carried out of bounds as Austin Niederkor on the carry. I think they might be giving him a little, hey, here's your reward for getting that interception. Here you go. Here's a couple carries before halftime. Nice carry there by Niederkor. Picks up 7 on first down. 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Well, the turnovers have also been all the difference here.
That's right. Absolutely right. Another power I set here for the Blue Devils. Quick pitch now to the left or to the right side. And here's Niederkor once again on the carry, and he's got it up to about the 34-yard line. And his head hits the ground pretty hard there.
With the tackle, there's a timeout on the field by Carey.
And a timeout called by the Blue Devils. Yeah, they're going to have to take a look at Niederkor. His head hit the ground pretty hard. He's holding the back of his head. That's definitely not something you want to mess around with.
Is that a team charge timeout?
Yes.
Did they call a timeout?
I think that might be the reason. I see the athletic trainer attending to him right now. That's something you want to be right on top of that kind of stuff. If he kid's holding the back of his head as soon as he comes up off the ground, you have to be aware of that. You got to get him off the field. You got to get him into concussion protocol, at least to get him checked. The initial, I think there's a 4 or 5 step process, the initial process before he actually goes into the protocol. And that's very important.
A heartbeat both defensively and offensively for this Carey Blue Devil squad. See him get attended to as there's just 2 seconds left here in this first half. Mohawk was driving, trying to get points on the board, but a Blue Devils takeaway dashed those dreams pretty quick as
second turnover inside the red zone.
Second turnover in the red zone. I was just about to say, Nate.
Ouch. 2 times they've had scoring opportunities inside the 10-yard line and unable to capitalize. 1st and 10, ball to 33. Shotgun look. And we got a flag that flies in as soon as the play starts. False start against Carey.
Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils. 5-yard walk-off. Still first down.
It will remain first down. They'll mark the ball right about the 28-yard line. Once again, make sure you stick around for the TPC Food Service halftime show. Tommy and I will come back after break. We'll get you set for halftime. We'll let you watch the band performance, and then we'll come back with about 6 minutes until the start of the second half. Last play of the first half. Rickle steps up into the pocket. Looking, and he's going to take off and run with it to the 35, to the 40, 45, to the 50, cuts back inside, and he's cut down right around the 45-yard line with a great tackle there. Johnson on the tackle, and that is the end of the first half with your score, Carey 21, Mohawk nothing. We'll step aside, we'll take a timeout, we'll come back with the TPC Food Service halftime show. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back after this.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Greg Ken here, and you're locked in to high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Feet even. He and the dozens of Warriors of fans in attendance knew.
And we're back here at Warrior Field. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. Greg Ken manning the production side of things. We got Bailey Mullins on the cameras. We're here at halftime. You're tuned into the TPC Food Service halftime show. And Tommy, before we really get into the meat and the bones of this thing, of this first half, I mean, let's talk a little bit about just how we got to this point. I mean, we're in week 7 now. These two teams have had quite a different path to get to this point. We talk about the N10 and like getting into the meat of that schedule now. As you approach these last 3 weeks of the season, for this Carey Blue Devils team, these are all tune-up games for the playoffs. Am I right?
Yeah, I think there's 2 different lines of thinking. For a lot of squads, I mean, you're definitely on the back 9 of your season. If you're Carey, you're about halfway through by their standards. And with that, you know, we talk about iron sharpening iron, this huge N10 meat grinder of a schedule. When you're a team like Carey, you know, again, you're rolling some of these squads over. You're already getting those litmus tests early on from a tough conference. But for a team like Mohawk, you're talking about trying to salvage and win these remaining games to get into the playoff, as they talk about the possibilities, especially in their region and where they're ranked at now for the Warriors. A 6-4 record easily gets them in. Yeah. But you got to be either Seneca East, Colonel Crawford, or Carey to do it. And it's not an enviable position to be in. Yeah, you might be able to get in 5-5, but again, you have to win one of these last remaining 3 games if you're the Warriors, do or die at this point in the season. And now you're chasing a 20-point lead at halftime. I don't know if you start looking ahead or if you just see how this one plays out, but you know how Eric Daniels is going to approach that second half. It's still 0-0 in his mind. But nonetheless, again, 2 different trains of thought as you approach the back 9 of the season. And Carey, as you talked, made a great point to some of those tune-up games, getting them ready for the postseason run. Can't afford some of these week 1 mistakes that you've seen in the first half against the Warriors to come around, because good teams won't allow you to get away with that.
No.
Turnovers and everything, penalties, you know, those shutdown drives, those create turnovers, they create problems for yourself, and those are things you got to remedy if you expect to get to that next level and get back to the dance if you can.
That's right, and this is something where, you know, this is a great challenge for Mohawk, obviously, but it's just another litmus test for Carey right now to see where they're at as that landscape starts to unfold for the OHSAA playoffs. All right, folks, well, you're tuned into the TPC Food Service halftime show, but for right now, we're going to step aside from our side of things, and we are going to allow you to watch the band performance here at halftime. So, once again, Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. You're tuned in right here on the TPC Food Service halftime show. Let's take one moment, thank our sponsors as the band gets set up to play here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Rogers Flowers, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinman Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte and Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, we're going to step aside, and we'll let you watch the band here at halftime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with the second half right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Pioneer Nirvana. This certified platinum single comes from Nirvana's second album and quickly brought the group and grunge music into the mainstream. Bang your head as the Pride of Carey plays Smells Like Teen Spirit. Our second selection is a medley of 2 songs from British rock group Led Zeppelin. We kick off with the heavy metal band's most often performed song in concert, Kashmir. After this intense rocker, we close the arrangement out with what many consider the greatest rock song of all time, Stairway to Heaven. Featuring senior Emma Bowden on alto sax, here's Led Zeppelin medley. The Pride of Carey closes tonight's show featuring the CHS Majorettes Maddie Bowers, Tate Fredericks, Tori Fredericks, and Alex Garner. This song was released in 1986 and is one of the best stadium glam rock anthems of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Bon Jovi's You Give Love a Bad Name. The Pride of Carey Blue Devil Marching Band is directed by Philip Miller with Assistant Director Linnell Lortz and Majorette Advisor Missy Vaughn. We would like to recognize the Carey School's administration commitment to excellence in the fine arts. Thank you for your attention this evening and continued support all year long. Go Blue Devils!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Under the direction of Mrs. Lindsay Horde and Major Advisor Shayna Price, Please welcome to the field the Mohawk Marching Warriors. Before we begin our show, we would like to take a moment to pay tribute to a former Mohawk band director, Mr. Dana Riedel. Dana was a fantastic music educator and taught at Mohawk for 30 years. Mr. Riedel was an inspiration to many musicians, including many that are on the field this evening. We are so grateful to have Dana's family with us this evening and would like to welcome them to the field in honor of his memory. Please join us in a round of applause as we honor the life of Mr. Dana Riedel. Thank you. Tonight, the Marching Warriors are joined by over 60 Mohawk alumni. We can't be happier to welcome them to the field with us this evening. We open our show with a favorite of many that have marched at Mohawk. Released in 1972 by the band Deep Purple, and featuring our Majorette and Color Guard alumni, we hope you enjoy Smoke on the Water. Our next selection comes from the Queen of Soul herself, Aletha Franklin. Sing along as we continue with Respect. close our show with an upbeat pop tune by Australian pop artist Shepherd. Released in 2014. Listen for this familiar tune as the Marching Warriors play Geronimo. We close our show with an upbeat pop tune by Australian. Hey, never mind. Another thank you to the alumni for joining us this evening. Have a great night and go Warriors!
How about a really big hand for that Mohawk Marching Warriors and Alumni Band? We've got another great group of young people that we'd like to recognize real fast here. Our golf team had second at sectionals. The district tourney is this Thursday at Bowling Green, Ohio.
All right, welcome back to Warrior Field here in Sycamore, Ohio. We are just about set to start the second half of action. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. And Tommy, they're not wasting any time. Usually they give them a little extra time. They give them that 3 extra minutes after the actual halftime 20 minutes has allotted. No, they were ready. They were lined up. They didn't even want to let them give time to thank the golf team that was out there. They said, nope, we're lined up. We're ready to go. Let's go. Second half, ready to get kicked off here. Let's talk about that first half for just a couple seconds here, Tommy.
Yeah, Carey leads 21-0 after that first half. Nathan Broadman started off scoring with a 73-yard scamper to put Carey up 7-0. Then after that, Lance Rickle hitting Jordan Mattamore on a 46-yard strike to get up 14-0. A block punt results in Broadman scoop and score. Carey 21-0 brings us to where we're at now.
Gatchel
here
picks
from
it up
Sycamore
at
Field.
the 4, brings it up to about the 10, and that's about it. Boy,
Muffed that one there.
that was a rough start there for Ethan Gatchel as he saw that one, just didn't get a good look at it. I think he kind of lost it in the lights, and then he had to retreat to go back to get it. And
I know we hark on it all the time, but points off turnovers, that's been the difference here in this one, as a Carey taking advantage of some key opportunities there in that first half to get them up 21-0. Talking about 2 turnovers in the red zone as the Mohawk was driving to really turn the tides and the tempo of this one. Now the Warriors will spend the second half playing catch-up.
First and 10, empty backfield. Ben Bogner back to pass. Pressure from the backside. He gets it away, and it's incomplete as he was looking for Zayden Fry right around the 20-yard line. Pressure was being applied there by Dwayne Gibson from the backside, as well as Gage Summit in there as well.
Yeah, you blitz off the backside. You send those other guys into coverage, and that was the big adjustment that Coach Jonathan Merschman made there in the locker room. That first half, there was just so many open opportunities and soft spots in that zone coverage by Carey that allowed Mohawk to put together some successful drives between the 5s.
Bogner back to pass, second and 10. Looking. He's going down the field. He's got a man, and it is nearly picked off. Niederkor almost came up with the interception as he was going for Ethan Gatchel right around the 45-yard line.
I don't know if Niederkor is the guy I want to put my receiver step-to-step with in that battle downfield. He's done a tremendous job as he was able to shut down Mohawk just before the half as Mohawk was driving with 30 seconds left.
Well, Tommy, I mean, you don't want to throw to the other side of the field either. Jordan Matamo's got 3 interceptions on the season, so pick your poison. What side are you going to throw to? Shotgun set, 1 man in the backfield. Bogner back to pass. Looking. Steps up into the pocket. He's got to take off and run with it, and he's down right around the 13-yard line, maybe the 14.
Number 30, Montgomery brings up a 4th down.
And that'll be 4th down coming up here for the Warriors.
Well, the Warriors
have to bring out the punt unit.
The Warriors got the ball in the second half to start, but Carey with a kick seemingly turned into an onside kick by Mohawk to start this one. Gave the Warriors the ball to open up this game, unable to make anything happen. Then here to start the second half, more of the same. Carey defense remaining strong, forcing a 3-and-out to start the second half.
And the punt is away. Fielded at the 46-yard line. Niederkor on the return. He's got some open room. 10 to the 5 and into the end zone. Punt return for a touchdown. 47 yards for Ethan Niederkor.
Look at this. It just looked like the special teams didn't respond. All
Austin
the room in the
Niederkor.
world on that
Wow.
right side.
What a
Left
return by the junior, Austin Niederkor. Boy, he's got his fingerprints all over this one today, doesn't he, Tommy?
Another Mohawk drive ends in a turnover. This time, return punt.
And the extra point attempt is up, and it's through the uprights. It'll make your score 28-0 Blue Devils. 10:50 left here in the third quarter.
Just been notified that kick for cash tonight.
Now the Blue Devils up 28-0, Nate. The Warriors, again, they got to continue to dig themselves out of this hole possession by possession, because before you know it, the Blue Devils' best buddy's going to be joining them, that running clock that they're so accustomed to. As we talked about at the top of the pregame, the Blue Devils averaging about 41 points this season outside that 7-3 victory over Colonel Crawford, who, again, that was really the biggest test of the season for Carey. And a lot of people say that Carey just wasn't playing up to their level and their brand of football last week. That was against the stout Colonel Crawford squad. But as you start to see this Carey squad, as they start to get in rhythm and start to unroll, man, they're hard to stop.
Oh, man. It's I've been excited about getting a chance to see this squad in person. And I tell you, Tommy, they do not disappoint, especially on the defensive side of the ball, on special teams. And they really haven't got much of a chance to get that offense going. But when they do, they're hard to stop. And when they kick it off deep.
And what is it about this Carey defense that allows them to swarm to the ball, as you really haven't seen them get to the quarterback? I think they only have about one sack tonight, but the run game is by the Mohawk Warriors have been almost non-existent. Got to play a full 48 minutes here, but the Mohawk Warriors, those possessions start to become fewer and fewer as the Blue Devils have really padded this 28-0 lead. Bogner handoff here
on the handoff. Nice cut back there as he cuts it up to the 30-yard line. Jason Margroff on the carry, picks up 5 yards. And Tommy, we're so used to seeing this Mohawk Warriors team being that ground and pound, rough, tough kind of football, that backyard football we're used to seeing. It's a new look this year from this Mohawk Warrior offense, as you see them like to spread the ball out, and they're trying to air that ball out. But
I think Carey's just forced that issue here tonight.
I think,
they've limited the playbook because that run game is just, the defense has just been swarming. Overwhelming.
2nd and 3, Bogner, pressure.
Again.
And he slings it out. It's incomplete.
And if you got guys in your face like that, Nate, and this defense just keeps killing you and continues to draw that pressure, it's best to, when you get back into that set, just get rid of the ball. Quick slants here and there, quick receiver screens, whatever you can do. You just got to get somebody to make something happen in open space.
So that'll move the ball back to the 15-yard line after the penalty. And a 2nd down and long. Yeah. Bogner slings it out left side on 2nd and long. Completes it, but man, he is lit up and leveled right there. Zayden Fry on the reception, and Austin Niederkor plants him in the turf. 9:35 left to play here in the third quarter. This Mohawk offense, boy, they're just trying to find any kind of momentum here. But that Carey defense is so stout, Tommy.
They're demoralizing. That's what they do.
That's a great word to describe this defense. They are demoralizing.
Like you get something going, and then they shut you down.
That's right.
And that just weighs on you as he's...
Bogner sacked from behind. Gage Summit coming in untouched off the backside and bringing him down.
Backfield by Summit.
Untouched, Tommy. He came in completely untouched on that play. Man. And that's been there a couple times. Summit has been unblocked off that weak side where they just kind of don't account for him because it's a rollout to the right. But I think that was a delayed rollout there. I think Bogner just didn't see him coming. On a 4th and 25 here for the Mohawk offense. They'll have to punt the ball from their own 10-yard line. Braden Chester, actually that's Zayden Fry, is going to punt the ball away from his own end zone. One hop. Niederkor on the return, trying to find some more running room here as he is brought down from behind.
Fry's punt returned by Niederkor. Gatchel brings him
But he gets it down inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 18.
And another tremendous defensive series as, the Blue Devils abandon all hope, ye who enters the gaps, as that will be the words etched on the gates of heck for the Blue Devils, as this defensive just doesn't give an inch. They really don't.
Blue Devils take over at the Mohawk 18-yard line, 1st and 10. 8:16 left here in the third quarter. Power I, quick pitch. And find some running room out on the right side, and that Mohawk defense is there to make the stop. Zayden Fry coming up to make the stop on Connor Norden. But Norden picks up close to 5 yards.
And that's been the missing element of what we've seen out of this Carey squad tonight. Defense has been stout. Offense a little slow to get rolling, but man, now they're starting to click.
Power I once again, 2nd and 5. Quick pitch. Now Niedercore off the left side trying to find some blockers as he cuts it up and dives forward. He's going to be close to a first down, if not.
Greg, can you pull that up again? Watch here how this play's drawn up. Watch the quarterback Rickle.
3rd down.
He's set up as a blocker to the outside here.
I noticed that. I was going to say something.
He doesn't even follow his block. He cut it back up inside.
Yeah, that quarterback got out there fast to block on that one.
Power I, 3rd and 1. Hand off to the fullback, and Broadman's going to get the first down and then some. Pushes the pile inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. Nathan Broadman. That's power football right there, folks.
Butch Broadman with the carry.
Your little cousin may not like it, but your grandpa loves this kind of football.
Nose to the stone. Right there at the goal line.
Power I once again, handoff fullback, and he plunges his way to the 1-yard line. Landon Kemmerly on the carry.
Kemmerly with the carry.
Down to the 1.
You reveal a lot more about character on the goal line than you do anywhere else. And like I said, football isn't a game that builds character. It reveals it. And Carey just on a roll here.
Right back up to the line.
Quick to the line.
Handoff, this time to the up man.
Kemmerly's carry is
32 there.
Was that Kemmerly?
Barely.
It was to the fullback, Kemmerly, as he pounds his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Let's take a look at that one again. That is indeed Landon Kemmerly as he plows his way in and is pushed ever so slightly from the behind by his teammates into the end zone.
Power football.
Now 34-0, 6:19 left here in the 3rd quarter. That means you'll see the running clock after this kickoff. And that one off the upright.
Kick is no good.
Pulled the old Chris Boswell there.
The PTO winner for the fire pit is Brian Roush.
34-0 your score. Carey Blue Devils leading Mohawk here in Sycamore. And not exactly the night that the Warriors wanted, but if you're looking for a good night out, why don't you hit up our friends at the Cadet Mexican Restaurant? A staple in the Tiffin community, just stop out and check out their new look menu. I mean, you got some delicious new items that you just got to try for yourself. Gather your friends, go get some queso because you deserve it. Treat yourself to the best at Cadet Mexican Restaurant located in the Tiffin Mall. Also, if you're looking for a good job, folks, and this is, not just a job, but I'm talking like a potential career. You have to talk to the people at Pyramid Recruiting Offices. They're a full-service employment agency that has their roots firmly planted in the Tiffin community. Having worked together for over 30 years now, Sue and Diane have a mission, and that is helping great people find great jobs. Give them a call today at 419-447-0455. Just 5 minutes of your time could change your life for the better.
I tell you what, these Carey Blue Devils, they can send a lot of business Pyramid Recruiting Office's way, because after you play a team like the Carey Blue Devils, they'll make you rethink your career choice.
Kickoff fielded at the 13-yard line. Gatchel on the return. Finds a little bit of a lane there, but he's brought down right at the 31-yard line.
Gatchel returns until Ethan Brett brings him down. Warrior ball, 1st and 10.
Of course, you know all about our friends at Benchwarmers, Tommy. But did you know that they're now featuring live Heart of Ohio sports broadcasts? Yeah, that's right. Anytime there's a high school football game or a Heidelberg game, stop down to Benchwarmers. Or, hey, why don't you just call it in for delivery and watch it at home? Fresh cut fries, fresh, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call, 567-268-9268. Place your delivery order now. Shotgun set. Handoff, Margroff up the middle off the right side, and he's got a little bit of running room, but he's cut down right at the 35-yard line by that Blue Devil defense. Of course, Jace Margroff chosen as the homecoming king earlier tonight. And he's had some extensive looks at the running back position here. That's one thing I noticed, Tommy, as I was looking through the N10 stats and looking at the leadership board for the N10. One thing I noticed, there isn't a Mohawk runner inside the leadership board for rushing stats this year. Bogner slings it across the middle. That's complete. Braden Chester on the reception, and it looks like they may have enough. They should have enough, and they do have enough for a first down.
As the clock runs here, again, you're just at this point when you're down that far, the things that you work towards is first stopping that running clock.
That's the first opponent you have to get past.
Yeah, and then you got to hope that your defense can have a turnaround, make those adjustments here in the second half, as you really haven't seen Carey's offense out there for too long. They've made short work of it. Each possession, not working by the hour.
Bogner back to pass. He's got pressure. He slings it out over the middle. It's complete. Bryce Hannum on the reception.
And all that to get back to the sticks, maybe.
Just a 2-yard gain for Hannum. And I'll tell you, Tommy, Ben Bogner is just running for his life back there. That Carey defense has been in his face and all over him all night long. They just make life miserable for any quarterback. But a sophomore playing tonight against this Carey defense, wow. That's a tall task for anybody. Second down and 8. 3 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. Bogner back to pass. Steps up into the pocket. And the ball swatted away from behind, and they're going to say an incomplete pass is the call.
Yeah, arm was going forward. As once again you see here on this replay, the quarterback just in a scramble for his life. More of the same all game right there.
Just able to get enough of the ball to push it forward with his hand there so that he got the incomplete pass.
Big defender chasing him down from behind there. Just barely got his paw up in there.
And that's what's dangerous is you got to start playing with reckless abandon at that point. Then you make bad throws, poor choices, throw across your body. Nothing good can happen.
Setting up a little screen here as Gatchel on the catch, but he is dropped right away by Gavin Snyder.
And those were the hardest fought 3 yards in a series I've seen.
It's not every day you see a defender on the backside of the ball making the play on one of those screens like that.
Exactly.
Turned around and made the play.
That's called hustle. Non-stop motor. 2:40 left to play here in the third quarter. 34-0 Carey leading Mohawk. Warriors have it at the 43-yard line. Shotgun set. Bogner drops back to pass, rolls to his right, looking, slings it, and it's incomplete. He's trying to find Bryce Hannum.
Intended for Hannum is incomplete. Blue Devils take over on downs.
I mean, I know a turnover on downs.
I know you're running short on options, but I mean, that's just a tough call.
That is. It's a very tough call.
Again,
I wouldn't want to be the one to make it.
You just give it on a plate. A plate big enough that you find like at a Scrot Mexican restaurant.
That's right. Now, is it big enough to where you can fit that plate into a refrigerator that you buy at Phillips Electric?
I don't know. I put all my pots and pans in the fridge. Leftovers.
No lids. Just put the pot right in the fridge. That's good enough.
Storage containers, man.
Timeout on the field with 2:10 left to play here in the third quarter. We'll keep it right here. Let me tell you about Phillips Electric. Do you know they're located in downtown Tiffin, and they are an authorized dealer of Whirlpool, Kenmore, and Maytag products. That's right. If you got any questions about any of their products or the brands that they may service, please feel free to call Greg or Tom Phillips, 419-447-3934, or just stop by Phillips Electric, 176 South Washington Street in downtown Tiffin. Tell them the great folks At Heart of Ohio Sports sent you.
Tell Greg and Tom that Greg and Tom sent you.
That's right.
And, man, again, a problem that Tom Phillips himself couldn't solve as the Warriors started this first half off just chasing a 7-point lead. But here in the second half, the Blue Devils putting the Warriors through the spin cycle, and 34-0 is that result as the Warriors have just been chasing a huge lead this entire second half. And that came in an instant, as we talked about, the Warriors on their opening drive, turnover right off the bat.
Man in motion. That's Niedercore. Settles on the left side of the formation. They fake the handoff. Now Wrinkle going to run off the right side. Oh, boy, you want to talk about just absolute pancake blocks. I want to see that again. Good Lord.
Yeah, that was
just absolutely destroyed their man out in the open space. Watch these lead blocks right here. Boom.
Get out.
Boom. Get out the way. Boom.
Get out to Mrs. Buttersworth on that pancake block.
Talk about a Mack truck coming through. It was about 3 dump trucks right there. Delivering the payload.
Yeah.
First and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. 1:28 left here in the third quarter. Wrinkle. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up. Rolls to his left. Now he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be driven out of bounds right around the 3-yard line. Bogner drives him out of bounds.
Rickle with the carry. Margroff. I'm sorry, that was Bogner with the running him out of bounds.
Lance Rickle, the quarterback, leading the way here for the Blue Devils. Of course, he's also their leading rusher on the year. Shows off those legs on that one. Rickle leads the way, 64 carries, 383 yards, and 7 touchdowns on the ground on the year. Let's see if he's got 8 here. Rickle buries his head forward, and he's into the end zone for his 8th touchdown of the season.
And the age-old question is, how many points are enough? The answer is more, as you see Rickle here just kind of standing up, statuesque, moving his feet, moving his legs, and into the end zone to continue to pour onto this lead. Blue Devils now up 40-0, pending the extra point. Couldn't make it 41. A lot can happen in 48 minutes.
That's absolutely right.
A lot can happen in 24, as I can attest to, just in that
and the
third
extra
quarter.
point attempt is up, and it is good. So your score, 41-0, Carey leading Mohawk here in the third quarter. 38 seconds left to play. Let's take a look around the area at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. Perkins leading Bellevue 14-6. That is in the fourth quarter. Columbian on top of Clyde 14-7 in the third quarter. St. John's Jesuit leading Fremont Ross 21-14. That's in the third quarter. Of course, we're here in Sycamore as Blue Devils just added onto their lead 41-0 now in the third quarter. Gibsonburg all over Monroeville 52-7. Seneca East leading Bucyrus 18-7. Sandusky on top of Norwalk 33-0. Calvert all over Bern Union 34-7. Wow. A 5-1 Bern Union team took a 2.5-hour bus ride up to Tiffin just to take a shellacking by the Senecas. Of course, there's plenty of time still left in that one. It's the third quarter. But, man, what a showing by those Senecas. Coming off of 2 straight, just devastating losses. A little squib kick here. As more like a pooch kick.
And if you're looking for a state championship performance,
right here.
Carey Blue Devils at the half, 21-0. Now 20 points just in that third quarter of action.
Margaretta leading Lakota 7-6. Now this is first quarter in the score stream app, but there's no internet in Kansas. We know better. It's probably by the third quarter by now. So
no internet in Kansas anymore.
That's where cell phones go to die. Let's just be honest. So it's 1st and 10. Warriors take over at their own 32-yard line. Clock down to 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bogner takes the snap, handoff to Margroff up the middle, and not a whole lot doing there. That'll be most likely the last play of the third quarter. Clock ticks down, and we're going to go ahead and step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start the fourth quarter of action live here at Warrior Field. You're tuned in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Catch up on all the scores from the night before on the Saturday Scoreboard Show, live every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, this is Nate Mullins here. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, and we're back here at Warrior Field. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call as we start the fourth quarter of action, folks. Make sure you stick around for the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. They've been a part of our community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative and are delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop in at Your Legacy, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, Your Legacy, federally insured NCUA. We start the fourth quarter of action. Mohawk, 2nd and 8. Bogner rolls to his left, slings it over the middle, complete. Braden Chester on the reception, and he's got it right at the first down marker. Should be good enough to move the chains. It is.
We talk about that 20 points by the Carey Blue Devils in that third quarter, really stretching this lead out 41-0 here on homecoming night. But I think Carey Blue Devils are sympathetic to that fact as much as get well card from an Undertaker.
Ball at the 42-yard line. Two receivers on the near side of the field. Ben Bogner in the shotgun back there with Jace Margroff. Bogner back to pass. Pressure from the backside. He's just got to get rid of it. And, oh, what a catch by Bryce Hannum, who comes back to his quarterback. That's the thing. As a receiver, when you see your quarterback scrambling and he's in scramble mode, you got to come back to him to give him a better target. What a job there by Hannum.
That's impressive.
See Hannum here. Bogner on the run for his life. Changed the record.
I thought he was just getting rid of it. All that just for a gain of 2.
That's crazy.
That's been the Warriors' offense.
It's been the theme.
Every drive.
Handoff, Margroff up the middle. Ooh, he breaks a tackle, skips outside to the 40, and he's inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Jace Margroff with a nice little carry there.
Yeah.
That one's worth another look. That was a nice one there.
Absolutely.
You see Margroff, homecoming's tomorrow night, but he's going to get an early jump on it, putting the dance move right there.
That's good for 17 yards down to the 39-yard line. 10:05 left to play here in the ball game. 41-0.
If you're one of those Mohawk youngsters who haven't made that play yet, again, homecoming tomorrow night, maybe still have time to go see Rogers Flower, Tom Rogers there. Get you set up for homecoming.
Oh, no.
Oh, what a pick. Kemmerly on the pick.
Kemmerly.
To the 20, to the 15, 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Landon Kemmerly with a pick 6.
Wow. All right, let's see if we got that one on replay.
Oh, we definitely got that one. Let's check that one
goodness.
again. Bogner looking over the middle, eyeballing his receiver, and Kemmerly eyeballing the quarterback. Takes that one all the way back.
Kemmerly says, come with me. Huge pick 6. Continues to extend this Carey Blue Devil lead.
That was a smart return there, too.
Absolutely.
You notice Bogner had a really good angle. But he just made a move on him there at the end.
Number 1 team in the region.
Showing you why right here. Rickle for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. 48-0 is your score with 9:39 left to play here in the ball game. Folks, I don't have to tell you about Rogers Flowers, but I'm going to. You know, you got to know because I'm telling you.
It's homecoming season.
It is homecoming season. We got to talk about flower shop season. I mean, it's in full swing. Stop in and see Brian and his wonderful staff today. Grab something special for that special someone in your life. Rogers Flowers is truly your one-stop destination for all of your special occasion needs.
I take you to the flower shop.
Of course, I had a good conversation with Katina Steinmetz from Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. over the this past week. Of course, she's a great supporter. Always sharing our videos, sharing our posts. You know, she runs the Tiffin Strong page. She runs the Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. page. Most of the time when you see one of our posts, she's one of the first ones to share it. And I just got to give her a huge shout out. Working with her this week on a new T-shirt design, going back and forth with her, trying to get it right. Telling you folks, you're going to love these new T-shirts we got rolling out.
You know, we have a few graphics places in town, Nate, but when I was wearing my Colombian baseball hat that came from Steinmetz, I actually had somebody spot me one time out in public, and they said, hey, that's a Steinmetz hat.
That's right. It's unmistakable. Return man fields it at the 20, brings it up to about the 39-yard line.
Kickoff,
nice job on the return there by Zayden Fry. 19 on the return. Well, you know, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., they're here for all of your printing and design needs, from reunions to small events to business apparel and even vehicle lettering. That's right, they've got you covered. Check out the newly remodeled storefront where you can find gear from all of the local teams already made and ready to take home. They make the gear that you make your memories in.
They're located in downtown also, aren't they?
They are,
Just
yes.
Off of Perry Street?
Just off the beaten path. Beautiful storefront location. That historic house. Margroff on the carry. Oh! Just lit up.
I got to see that one.
Yeah, we got to see that one
That
again.
was disgusting there. Goldberg style.
Nice
right
little
there.
double team.
And on the stop was Smiley.
Carter Smiley.
Look at Smiley here. Defense for Carey. No laughing matter there.
Oh,
Smiley cuts him in two.
That was crazy. He had so much momentum moving forward and then just instantly backwards.
That's like hitting a brick wall. 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 45. Shotgun set. One receiver on each side of the field. Jace Margraff back in the shotgun with Ben Bogner. Bogner takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, and not a whole lot of running room there as the defense is all over him to make the stop right at the 47-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 3 coming up here.
Don't forget we'll have the fallout from Week 7 tomorrow morning.
That's right.
As Nate Mullins in the studio square right there on South Washington Street. We'll be bringing you all the fallout and score updates from all around the area from Week 7 of the high school football schedule and get you ready for college football. Heart of Ohio Sports presenting Heidelberg versus Muskegon live at 1:30 from Horniman Stadium as the pass
complete to Hannum.
out to Hannum.
Boy, and Hannum had the first down, but retracked his steps, came back, and then when he regathered his momentum, he actually lost a yard, so it will be 4th and 1. Because he caught the ball right at the first down marker there.
Tried to make a move, tried to make something happen there, and that Carey defense just swarmed in too quickly.
Once again, tomorrow morning, Saturday scoreboard. Tune in right at 9 a.m. As we get an early start, we'll have Matt and I in studio with us, as well as Aaron Steyer of the Over Under podcast. All coming to you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Zayden Fry, a little quick pitch, and the defense was having none of it. Boy, I tell you what.
That's another turnover there.
Lane Barger, another guy who has just been making a name for himself in the backfield. May as well set himself up a cot. He's been back there so much tonight.
Oh, he knew he was going to be in prime time as he shared our post.
That's right.
For this tremendous game featuring N10 opponents undefeated as Warriors came into the night 3-0 in conference play, as well as the Blue Devils.
So this one will help settle those standings. Power I formation here. Hand off to the fullback. That's Broadman. I believe so.
I think it's been more than settled. This is kind of an edict by Carey.
I saw a 4.
Margroff with another tackle.
But that wasn't the ball carrier.
Runs up the middle like that.
Remind Sherman, I thought.
Remind me of those wedge plays, Nate. You're familiar with those?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Case and Sherman, the ball carrier. I love wedge plays. Absolutely.
It's nothing like power football.
And when you are facing a defensive front who's only bringing 3 at you, I mean, that middle is just wide open. They're just giving you 4 yards. You may as well take them.
And look at the strides that Mershman and this Carey squad has taken since you and I have been covering high school sports. Mershman just a few years ago, just trying to get his Carey squad 6 wins to get their picture on the board.
You and I had that conversation with him when we were talking. We had a nice interview with him a few years ago, and we were talking about that. And that was the goal that year, was to get that team to 500. Remember, they were 1-5 at that point, and they finished the season 5-5, made a nice little playoff run, and then that's where they really found themselves. They come back next year and made a nice run to a state championship.
Yeah, how's that happen?
Boom! Oh, what a hit there. Zayden Fry knocks the ball loose from Dash Puckett. That's a heck of a name, man. Boy, you want to talk about a ball player named Dash Puckett.
I love the play here on a big hit
right here. Boom!
There's
Nice
some play with that
Zayden
name
Fry.
that I won't touch.
4th and 4.
I once knew a man from Nantucket.
Power I here for the Blue Devils. Down to 4:45 left to play in the ball game. Fullback handoff, and he's going to be short of the first down. So we'll turn the ball over on downs over to the Warriors. 48-0 your score.
Puckett with the carry. Short of the first down. Ball turned over on downs, and Mohawk ball, 1st and 10.
The Warriors will take over at their own 40-yard line.
I know this is situational football here, but how often do you see a turnover on downs back-to-back within like 10 yards, the same 10 yards in the middle of the field there?
Uh-huh. You know, one man who's never left the field here tonight, Tommy, that's Landon Kemmerly. He has just been all over the place.
Look at Fry,
for
though.
the Blue Devils. Zayden Fry carries the ball after the catch up to about the 45-yard line before he's driven out of bounds.
Complete. Pinkerton with the tackle.
Nice little pitch and catch there.
First down,
Picks up 16
Warriors.
yards up to the 44-yard line. Just took a look around the area at the First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard here, as we'll see where the other teams are currently. Oh, look at that. That's what we like to see right there. Columbia 21, Clyde 7.
Oh, yeah.
That's in the 4th quarter. Take it to him, Columbian. Take it to him. Handoff up the middle. Short gain. Maybe a yard.
Well, you're watching this N10 matchup live and paywall free. Clyde continued. They had to pay for that one.
Yeah, I'm sure the Clyde fans are loving having to pay to watch that one.
I believe it's this.
Is it the green one? It's the green one. I like it.
It's the only one I have memorized.
Now, let's just hope it holds up. Let's hope it holds up.
I'll be using it again.
Right? Bogner back to pass, slings it. Oh, nearly
dangerous
intercepted as Kemmerly was trying to get himself another one. He said, Third and long.
I'm just throwing more shade than an oak here tonight.
Warriors trying to find something here to salvage.
Again, week 7 here, we talked about what the Warriors' predicament was. Had a chance to pen the state champions here, continue to get a chance for that conference championship. But now you're forced into a situation with Colonel Crawford at Seneca East. Says
Bogner steps up into the pocket. He's going to take off and run with it. And he is drilled. After about a yard gain, but he pops right back up. I'll tell you, that's one thing I've noticed about this Bogner kid. He is tougher than a $2 steak, man.
He's been chased around all night. He just keeps getting back
That's
up.
what I'm saying. He just keeps getting beat up, but he pops right back up after every play. It's going to be a learning experience here for him tonight, as this by far is the best team they'll face all year.
I still got a Murderer's Row to face in Colonel Crawford and Seneca East. And one of those games may be the ticket they need to punch to get into the playoff.
That's absolutely right, Tommy. We'll be there for that Seneca East game. And I think we're going to get a timeout.
I think Carey's still got a Week 10 dance with Seneca East as well.
Absolutely. That's the one that, Seneca East fans circle on their schedule. Because
Seneca East, they started off rough this year.
They really did.
And then being able to round the corner 5-2.
Leading right now over Bucyrus, 26-7 is the Seneca East Tigers. Calvert still on top of Bern Union. They say 34-7 is the score. Sandusky on top of Norwalk, 33-6 in the third quarter. Port Clinton leading Vermilion 41-0. Gibsonburg final 55-7 over Monroeville. St. John's Jesuit leading Fremont Ross 21-14. That's in the third quarter. Of course, Ross coming off that devastating loss. You want to talk about devastating loss? That Finley loss last week.
Oh my goodness!
I tell you, man, if I was Chad Long, I don't know if I'd be able to live with myself after that one. Because, man, he didn't do anything wrong. Just, I'd be livid. I would be so livid. Bogner on fourth down chucks it down the field, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Down there on the play, Austin Niederkor, as well as Carter Smiley. Trying to find Ethan Gatchell down the field. Turnover on downs as the Blue Devils will get it back at their own 42-yard line. 1:21 left to play here in the ball game. Folks, I'll tell you about my friend Sarah Risen. Serving 13 locations in and around the Tiffin community, Sarah Risen has made a name for herself by putting the needs of her clients first and foremost. You won't be treated like just another number. She truly cares about you and what you want to accomplish and aims to make it happen any way she can. Call Sarah Risen, Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin if you're looking for or looking to sell your home in the Tiffin or surrounding areas.
I don't know why you just don't go into a victory formation, but on the run here is Case and Sherman.
That's valuable experience here for the younger kids here.
I'm just laughing because it didn't even cross my mind at all until Tommy said that. I was like, oh, yeah, they could have done that.
Where's the fun in that? We're playing football.
Who called? Oh, is there an injury timeout?
Yeah. Braden Chester down on the field.
That's the reason why you line up.
Of course, Fiesel's Frame and Collision. Greg, you've spent quite a bit of time with Jeff Fiesel this year.
Oh, yeah.
As a coach on the Eagles. Obviously, you know all about Fiesel's. They are your one-stop shop for vehicle body repair. Why go to the rest when you can take your vehicle to the best? Fiesel's Frame and Collision is a family-owned business that serviced vehicles for the families in this community for many years and will continue to do so for many years to come. Take your vehicle to Jeff Fiesel and his great crew at Fiesel's Frame and Collision. Tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. I just saw a horror story from one of my friends. Lives in Columbus, got in an accident 5 months ago, and they're still waiting to get their car back from the repair shop. And they just keep getting the runaround. Every week it's like, yeah, we'll have it done soon. Yeah, we'll have it done. You'll never get that from Jeff Fiesel. I'm telling you that right now.
I wonder if old Miles Garrett's going to take his car to Fiesel's Frame and Collision and get it fixed.
Well, you heard about what happened with that, right? Okay. They got an interview with the animal after the accident. He said he'd been preparing for it ever since he heard what he did to Rudolph. Wow.
Tommy says, wow.
Actually, I was wrong. Braden Chester was not the player down. I saw a 7, but there were 2 7s. Jacob Myers was the player down on the field. He's able to get up and walk off on his own power. That's good to see.
Well, like you said, for everyone else, there's Fiesel's Frame and Collision, but I don't think these Carey Blue Devils are going to be making any stops anytime soon, as they're just a fine-tuned machine rolling into Week 8 here. At 45 seconds rolling down, 48-0 victory on the road against the Mohawk Warriors, who were riding a 3-game winning streak and conference streak.
Yeah.
And that 21 win streak looks like it's going to continue here.
I've never seen somebody score 48 points in 20 seconds, so.
don't know. The Jets might be able to do it.
Stop. Don't. Ouch. That's still fresh now. Come on now.
Well, that's going to do it.
Is the game.
And that is the final gun.
Thank you all for coming out. We look forward to
Your final score,
safely.
Carey 48, Mohawk nothing. We're going to take a step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. It's all come to you next right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, heart of Ohio sports. And we're back here at Warrior Field. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. You're tuned in to the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Man, Tommy, this Blue Devils team, I'm telling you, that was fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's a machine.
Yeah.
That is a well-tuned, firing on all cylinders machine, and I'm telling you, the defense is really what impressed me the most, Tommy. That offense, once they started getting going, wasn't a whole lot Mohawk could really do, but
I mean, outside of cleanup time, those 5 turnovers, that really proved to be all the difference in this one. As we started this one off, we thought Mohawk was going to come out with the momentum after that fielded onside-looking kick to start this one. As they kicked off to Carey, had the first possession, and instantly Carey was able to shut it down.
I mean, that should have set the tone for the whole game. That would pretty much told the story for the rest of the game, because Mohawk tried everything they could at the beginning of the game to capture the beginning of the game and get that early momentum. And the Blue Devils said, nah.
Yeah, as soon as the Blue Devils touched the ball, that 73-yard scamper for the touchdown that put them ahead 7-0, 73-yard run by Butch Broadman. And then we talked, as we went through their 54-yard passing touchdown to Mattermore from Rickle, put the Blue Devils up 14-0. Then we came into that towards the end of that first half. Niederkor's huge interception there towards as the time was ticking away, really kept the Mohawk out of this. 2 turnovers in the red zone by Mohawk, in which on the ensuing drive, Carey was able to turn into points, bringing that halftime score at 21-0. Then you come out in that second half, Mohawk come out with the ball, and on 4th down, a blocked punt by Niederkor for a touchdown, putting the Blue Devils up 28-0. Kemmerly touchdown run. Again, continue to add to where we see Kemmerly had the last 2 touchdowns, I believe, of this one to end it 48-0 for the Blue Devils.
What an impressive showing for the Carey Blue Devils here. We will have our MST Sauce Company player of the game. I was able to catch the coach before he made it down onto the field, and I told him who the player of the game was. I told him if he could grab him and send him up into the press box, that would be greatly appreciated. So hopefully we'll have our player of the game interview very shortly. But
yeah, as this one sets, 48-0 Carey Blue Devils continue to add on to that 21-game win streak. It's in at 22-0 since that state championship campaign, where their last loss was week 1 of the 2021 season. And now, Nate, again, they continue to carve their name out. The Blue Devils will have a test ahead of them in week 10 still against Seneca East. But, man, for these Mohawk Warriors, it doesn't get any easier, as their postseason dreams are almost dashed here. They still have a chance, but it's not going to be easy, and I don't envy the Warriors going into that last final stretch. As they played Carey here tonight, they'll play Colonel Crawford, and they'll play Seneca East down that stretch to end the season.
Absolutely. Tough stretch coming up, but, man, this is one of those matchups that prove your toughness here tonight. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout, but we'll be back with our MST Sauce Company player of the game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're tuned in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And we're back here at Warrior Field. Nate Mullins and Tommy Haw. We have our MST Sauce Company player of the game. That's right, Austin Niederkor joining us here in the press box. Austin, what a game, man. So let's talk about this game because, I mean, from the beginning of this game, the very first play, Mohawk came out and they kind of tried to stop. They tried to get the surprise start, get you guys off of your rhythm. That wasn't possible. You guys are a machine, man. I don't want to take too much attention away from the team because I know that's what you guys are all about, but, man, you had a heck of a game tonight, man. Yeah. Talk about your performance. You had to know coming into this game that they were going to want to throw the ball a lot, right? So you as a defender, you got your guy on the other side, I forget his name, Matimo.
Yep, Jordan Matimo.
3 interceptions coming into the game. Mm-hmm. Now, were you saying before the game, I'm trying to catch up to you? I want to get up to that 3 mark. Is that what is that the mindset you had coming in?
Me and him are having a competition to get some less at the end of the season.
That's awesome. See, I kind of thought, you have some kind of a swagger going on here tonight, man. What were you feeling out there?
Just lock down and do my job.
Yeah.
Let the rest do their job.
So, when you got that interception and you come back out on the offensive side of the ball, those first couple carries, was that like a reward? Is that what the coaching staff does in that situation where you get that interception, they want to reward you with a couple of carries there?
Yeah, they just thought I could make a big play.
I thought
to get something going.
Thought you got rewarded there in that start the second half of that blocked punt.
Yeah.
For the return. But I guess my question to you would be this. Again, a winning mentality. You got to learn how to lose before you can win. And we think about to your freshman campaign when we had Coach Merschman out there. You guys were trying to get 6 wins on the season just to get your picture up on the wall. You take that extended playoff run. How has those expectations and your guys' attitude changed coming into this season with the expectation and bar raised?
Expectations the same as last year. Just do our best, make it as far as we can.
You guys don't think about accolades and championships and none of that stuff. It's one play at a time.
Yep.
Do you remember every time we talk about with Jonathan Mershman, we always try to get him to talk about those games on the schedule and what's ahead. And no, I just want to be right here, right now.
Hey, us Bluffton guys, we know our football.
So Austin, what a game! You got to pick. You had a couple of pass defense plays. I mean, you guys were playing physical out there, and they were letting you guys play. I mean, as a player, you're sitting there coming into the game. You don't know how the referees are going to call. You don't know how the game's going to play out. But the way you guys handled it from start to finish, I mean, defense sets the tone. Defense wins championships, and I'm telling you right now, man, you guys look like the team to beat in this area. So talk about your mindset going forward. You got 3 tough games coming up on the schedule. What's your mindset going into these last 3?
Work hard, keep going hard at practice, and think one game at a time.
I know you've had some picks. Have you ever had a chance to pick yourself up some of these MST dry rub chips?
Well, you get to take a bag of those home with you.
You give us a shout out on Facebook and tell us how you like those. And then we also got. You ever been to Madison Street over in Tiffin?
I've heard of it.
Well, now you're going to go.
Okay.
Go check it out
as well.
$20 gift card there. Chicken chunks are kind of what they're known for.
Yeah,
they got some really good burgers and stuff too. Enjoy, man.
Thank you.
Hey, any shout outs you want to give here? You got a chance? Give some shout outs.
A shout out to my sister. She's playing softball in Youngstown.
That's awesome.
Because she's always watching the game, supporting me. And I got family everywhere, just watching my games, always paying, always trying to watch me play.
Well, they didn't have to pay for this one. This one was free.
Well, you got family in the locker room waiting on you. As you guys, good luck to you. We're glad we were able to be a part of this nice run you guys have going, and keep up the great work, and we look forward to catching up with you in the postseason.
That's good.
Austin's like, hey, one game at a time. Next game. Thanks again, buddy. Appreciate your time. Austin Niedekor, our MST Sauce Company player of the game. All right, folks, let's take a step aside real quick, take a time out. We'll come back, wrap things up here at Warrior Field. Once again, you're locked in at Heart of Ohio Sports.
Halftime show.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
Mr. Mullins.
All right, and we're back here at Warrior Field. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. Of course, we have Bailey Mullins running the camera. Greg Kinn on the production side of things. Tripping me over a headset cord here.
What a Tommy Hall thing to do.
All right, thanks for tuning in here on the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. A huge thanks to not only Austin Niedekor, but also the coach that wrangled him up and brought him up here for us. Thanks to the Carey coaching staff and our camera guy that was up here with us. Awesome guy. Got to spend a little bit of time with another Blue Devil coach here. But once again, big win for the Blue Devils, 48-0, 22 wins in a row. Tommy, they are just rolling.
You just don't wake up undefeated.
They are cooking with gas, man. I'll tell you, this is a fun team to watch. They are locked and loaded. They're rolling, and they've already faced their toughest test. Colonel Crawford was that litmus test, and they passed. And now they're playing with, I can't say they're playing with house money because they got a big target on their chest right now, Tommy. Everybody is gunning for them. So when the playoffs start, everybody knows that's the team to beat. I think they're up for the challenge. I'm just being honest. That team looks ready for anything.
There's only one place to look when you're on top of that mountain. And, regardless, you don't accidentally end up there. And you never know how big a mountain truly is until you put your hand on it.
That's
and
right.
Tonight, the Mohawk Warriors put their hand on that mountain and found out, exactly where they kind of are in the lay of the land. Still a chance to get into the postseason, but, again, Carey came in and they showed why. They're the number 3 in the state, number 1 in the region, number 1 in your hearts of the Carey faithful that joined in and enjoyed our live stream, live and paywall free. So again, if you enjoyed this broadcast, let it be known, share it, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube, and we just want to thank you once again to our Carey contingent for coming back and joining us for our expanded coverage of high school football.
Absolutely. And
2 streams allow us to extend that reach.
Yeah.
So,
what a ride this Blue Devils team has been on, and they're not done yet. They are just they're just tuned up and ready for the postseason. Still 3 more matchups to go, but 7-0 now on the season. That's the team to beat in this area.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those teams where they're only going to beat themselves.
That's a great point, Greg.
Yeah.
Great point. All right, guys, let's take one more time. Thank all of our sponsors, and then let's wrap it up and get out of here. Once again, thanks to our post-game show sponsor, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, as well as your Rogers Flowers, TPC Food Service, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Escaret Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen, Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune. All proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, folks, that's going to do it for Bailey Mullins, Greg Kinn, and Tommy Hall. I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Warriors Field here in Sycamore, Ohio. Once again, your final score, 48-0. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports.